This is an overview of how to run an introductory class for students beginning martial arts at Margaret River. So initially you'll be greeting them at the door, and then you move straight into section 1, which is a group talk where you have them sitting down in front of you and you welcome them, introduce yourself, go through some housekeeping about where the toilets are, etc., etc. And then you go through a few of the rules for the class, and rules, main ones being for the kids that they can't leave the floor so that we can keep them safe at all times so we know where they are, and that parents can't call out during the classes so kids can start to think for themselves. And then finally, uniforms, probably not necessary straight away. Kids should show commitment first, that's the reason why. And then of course parking, please ask them to park out the front on the road, please. So here is an example of what it would look like.
Parents and kids will be sitting here. Get them to take their socks and shoes off. Say welcome to Margaret River Martial Arts. You've given the paperwork already, so make sure the front sheet has to be filled out by the parents while they're here, and they take page number 2 and 3, the code of conduct, home, and their kids can read it and sign it and bring it back when they come to their class.
So here's an overview of what the class looks like. So obviously you get them to, you bow them in, and then the main part is just to show them basically how you stand in a fighting stance with keeping your guard up around your cheeks. We get them to show a little bit of, do a little bit of boxing combinations, some, basic left, right punch or whatever you feel is you're comfortable with. And then they pair up, and I ask them, or we ask them, to introduce themselves to their partner. Shake hands, look them in the eyes, depending on the age of the kids. And then we show them mount, what the mount position is, and the defense, and that's the bump and roll. So that's the basics, so they can see that what we do is 50% stand up and 50% on the ground. That should take maximum 10 minutes. Here's what it looks like.
So then you go, okay guys, socks and shoes off, everybody come over here. This is our line where we line up. So when you start the class, everybody's going to come and put their toes on the jigsaw line, hands by their side, and they're going to bow in a moment. I stand over here and face you. So everybody show me how you can line up. Nice socks. Alright, so we always put our feet together, hands by our sides, and we bow. What do you think bow means? Why do we bow? What does it mean?
Respect.
Thank you for putting your hand up, so respect, absolutely. Okay, so what hand do you write with? Okay, do you write with your right hand or your left hand?
Right.
Right hand, good. Zoe? My left. Left? Right. Okay, so if you write with your right hand, I want you to put your left foot forward and then put your guard up. Zoe, you've got to do the opposite. So you're going to put your other foot forward, your right foot forward, and your guard up. So this is what it looks like. Good. Excellent. We have our elbows in and we make a fist. Curl, thumb goes across, and we point our little pinkies to our invisible part. We're going to punch with that hand, and with that hand. Ready? 1. Good. So you throw that punch nice and stretch it out and bring it back. 1. Good. If I say punch number 2, you're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. Beautiful. Look at you guys rock. I think you've been doing this for years.
I'm just going to interrupt this at one stage because can you have a look at the choice of stance of the three of you? Zoe is a left-hander, but she spars as an orthodox fighter. She can see she's looking down at Ryan's feet and noticing that, and that's what a kid will do. They go, how come they're standing this way? So I think if we continually say, put the hand that you write with up and put that foot back, don't get too pedantic about that in the intro. Just tell them 1 foot forward, 1 foot back, like a running stance, put your guard up and get into it that way.
2. Good. 2. Now I'm going to see how well you're focusing. If I say 1, you know what to do. If I say 2, you know what to do. 2. 1. 2. 1. Good job. Well done. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? All right. Find yourself a partner. You. show you if someone sits on your tummy, how you're going to get them off. So Zoe, can you come here, put your head there and your legs there, and lay on your back for me. If you're on your back, good idea to put your knees up. And remember we did the guard when we were punching? You can do the guard when we're wrestling as well. So Zoe, I'm going to sit on your tummy. So this is how we sit. Our toes are flat and we sit and squish them. Zoe wants to get me off, so she's going to lift her hips up high to the ceiling and bump me forward. Boom! Good job. Now she's going to use 2 hands on my elbow and pull my arm to her chest and hold on to it. Now she's going to bump and roll me to the door. Yeah, good, there we go. Everybody happy with that? Put your thumbs up. Let's change over. Zoe, you're going to sit on me. Remember, my knees are up, my guard is up, Zoe squashes me, I bump, pull her arm in, I hold on to it, grab her by the elbow, bump up again, and we roll. And I'm up top. Everybody happy with that? Show me the thumbs up. Awesome, good job. With your partner that you just introduced yourself with, off you go. Then let them have a little bit of a turn doing that. One person does it, other person does it, one person does it, other person does it. Let them have a little bit of fun. And then you go, okay, guys, good job, line up. They go back to lining up. And then so we look forward to seeing you in your class on Friday or whatever it's going to be, Thursday or Friday. Feet together, this is what we do when we finish our class. And bang. Give me a high five. Good job, good job, good job, well done. And then you can go back to your parents.
So finally, the wrap up at the very end, section 3. Obviously we thank them for coming along. We tell them we're going to see them on their particular day, Thursday, Friday, whatever it might be. And the fact that they need to bring a drink. And the aim of the whole thing is to make them feel good and feel comfortable being in the room, being with an instructor and doing martial arts. So it's more motivation than education on the day.
So the whole thing should take 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then just say, this is your class that you're coming to, your Friday 4:30, your Friday or Wednesday, or what is it, Thursday 5:30, blah, blah, blah. And then give them a high five on the way out, make them feel good.
Awesome.
And then that's it.
Cool.
And look up and go.